Many people come to our gate asking if they can see Grace Center, and I realize that many of you are very strong supporters and you've never had the chance to see. So here is what we would show them on a tour of Grace Center. This is the front gate at the main house of Grace Center, which we often refer to as Grace Headquarters or Grace HQ. This is the living room for our volunteers and administrative staff. And this is the shop where we sell the crafts from our small business program ladies. And now we're going up the stairs, and you can see photos of all the employees and the centers they work at. We have about 140 employees at this point. And this is our main office. It's a bit cramped because a lot of people work there. Now let's head into the kitchen. This kitchen serves 700 to 800 meals per day. This is how the local bread called injera is made. At Grace Center we use about 130 pounds of onions per week. And we make about 250 to 300 pieces of injera per day. And those containers are used to store some of our grains. And now we are going out of the kitchen where you can see some of the women are preparing lunches for the kids in school. We bring about 100 lunches to the kids that are in schools. This is our small business program where they do sewing, and this is the room where our ladies make jewelry. Many of the women in the jewelry program are young mothers who could not find other jobs due to disabilities and illnesses. This is one of our mothers. Her name is Kari, and she makes jewelry because she is deaf and finds it impossible to find work elsewhere. Right now she's making paper beads out of magazine papers. We have 2 staff members that make injera full-time, and this woman is working outside making injera. Now come with me and we will go into our medical clinic. Our clinic is staffed by 2 nurses full-time and sees over 800 people a quarter, offering free medical care. This young teenage girl is 7 months pregnant and also has a severe infection in her leg. Now we will go into another room, and on the way you'll see the bathroom. And bathrooms in Ethiopia with toilet seats are very unique, and you can see that ours does not have one. And this is the room where the patients sleep when they need to be admitted. Now we will leave the clinic and go out to the back of Grace Center HQ. And many things happen out here, and one of the things is the feeding program. This is also where our literacy classes run, our social worker's office is, and sick people will wait to go to the clinic. And now we're going outside the back gate of Grace Center HQ, and we will head down the street to the baby daycare. Grace Center started the first free infant daycare program in all of Ethiopia, population of 90 million people. Now there are 2 other centers that have opened up recently. Last time I did a video of the baby daycare, it was in a different house, and all of our houses at this point are rental facilities, so it's very hard because sometimes the rent increases and we have to move an entire daycare. This is just one of the reasons why we need to see our buildings built. Now we're going into one of the playrooms, and this is the changing room for the babies. Our washing lady Zertihun washes more than 100 cloth diapers a day. And this is the sleeping room for nap time for the babies. Oops, I think I woke the baby up. And this is the kitchen used for sterilizing the bottles and other things. Now we're going to the after-school program. And although it's called After School, it's a program that runs from 7:30 in the morning until 5:30 in the evening, and sometimes even longer for women who are going to night school. And basically what happens in Ethiopia is that children go to school at all different times of day. Some go in the morning, some go in the afternoon. And so this center is always full, with 115 children, 10 of whom have special needs. And this is one of our classrooms, and here I just love how nothing in Ethiopia goes to waste, and those are old school papers hung up to make a decoration. This is another classroom, and here is our little boy, Getachew, who is hearing impaired. All of our children with special needs have one caregiver assigned specifically for them. All of our children in every center get cleaned and bathed, and their clothes from home go in cubby holes. And these women are preparing lunch for the children. And this is the kitchen that is used for things like sorting the food and boiling water. All of the food gets brought from the main house kitchen to the other centers. This way we can tell how much each child is getting. And now we're going to go to the small daycare, or toddler daycare. Every house has its own supervisor, and that is Maganenya. She's the supervisor for this daycare center. So once the children are walking well, they go from baby daycare to toddler daycare. And that is our little Tariq. She's one of our triplets. And the children are arranged into 3 groups where they do different activities in different rooms. Each house or center also has a kitchen assistant that serves the food for them. Of course, small daycare would not be complete without the children spending time doing toilet training. I left small daycare just in time to see these children who are walking over to big daycare. Big daycare is like our preschool program. And these children are on the older end of the children at big daycare, so they were spending time at after school care so they can learn to transition. And the children are cheering, "They've come, they've come!" And then they see me and they start cheering, "My aunt, my aunt!" We tell them not to call us mommy and daddy, but to call us aunt and uncle. And that is Natanao. He's one of our boys that has autism. The rule for all of our centers is shoes off before going inside, and that's even true for me. And this is the changing room for big daycare, and we have a cubby hole for each child that has their own foot scrubber, their own soap, and their own washcloth. This classroom is now prepared for nap time, which will happen after they finish lunch. And now the children are having a short story before lunch. Barakat has cerebral palsy, but now he's learning to walk. And that little boy's just trying to get his pants back up. Here we are back at Grace HQ. I hope you enjoyed the tour of Grace Center today.